Here's the thing about the Platinum Biker. You all heard about the ratings, platinum, gold, silver, bronze. Madison always gets a gold rating in terms of its friendliness to bicyclists. And for a while, there's a couple other cities now, but for a while, only Davis, California got the platinum rating. And I got tired of looking up at Davis, California. I thought, big deal, they don't have January in Davis, California. Not really. So I got tired of that, so we formed this committee called the Platinum Bike Committee, which has as its goal doing the things that are necessary to get us rated platinum. That is one of the best 3 or 4 biking communities in the entire country. And that's an effort that Mary and Jay headed, and they made 100 recommendations, and we're hard at work trying to figure out how we can start implementing those to get the platinum rating that we deserve. If you build communities where you're comfortable and safe to ride, you probably also built a community that's comfortable and safe to live in, no matter what mode of transportation you use. So I hope that you remember that as you go up and speak to your legislators about these issues. I thought I'd show up and see maybe 100 people. I think there are over 400 in the room. This is incredible. So please, go up there, have an impact, change public policy, and get out of this room too. Again, get out here and see our city, walk State Street, go to the campus, and wherever you go in the city of Madison, please spend money.
Communities that accommodate bikes and accommodate pedestrians are vibrant, they're interesting, they're marketable, and they're economically sustainable. This is about the future of Wisconsin. It's about leveraging our assets. If we don't leverage these amazing assets that we already have, aren't we squandering them? So we should leverage them to the fullest.
So we are here tonight. We're going to be there tomorrow, and we're going to ask. We're going to get organized so we can ask for people's support, because the bicycle is a very simple solution to so many problems that the world faces today. We're going to ask for the environment, because as people have already said, 40% of the trips going on today are less than 2 miles. It's an amazing statistic, and if the government builds the infrastructure, people will ride their bicycles. We're going to ask tomorrow for our kids because of the obesity crisis. If people take a look at where the crisis is today, it is going to dwarf the smoking crisis of the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s if it continues. And so we have to change that, and we're going to ask our representatives around the state of Wisconsin to support safe routes to schools. Because we care about our kids, we care about our grandkids, and we want them to have the same opportunities that all of us had when we either rode our bikes or we walked to school. And lastly, we're going to ask for ourselves. And the reason we are is because so many people in this room love to ride our bikes. And we are getting a little bit tired of playing Russian roulette every time we get on our bike and we head out on the road. We're going to ask for better places to ride. We're going to ask for better places to ride, and we're going to ask for safer places to ride.
There's a sort of an old saying that you've all heard of. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And as cyclists, we know a little bit about grease, we know a little bit about wheels. But I'll tell you, today's a day to forget about the importance of keeping your chain lubricated. Today's a day to squeak. And that's why you're here. Woody Allen, the movie producer, once said that 90% of life is showing up. When it comes to lobbying legislators, it's 95%. The fact that you're there, that's the secret. And let me tell you, other people do show up. The highway interests that want to take money away from the bike fund to build more highways. Folks like snowmobilers and ATVers, all sorts of people who don't always necessarily agree with you, show up. And they have a lot of influence. It's not because they're more organized, they're more numerous, hardly more numerous than cyclists and people care about safe cycling. It's because they're organized and they're more active. And bicyclists have not shown up in the past, but you're here now, and that's great. That's exactly what we need to do.
There's 4,000 people that are employed or impacted by cycling, and there's over $1.5 billion of economic impact for the state. That includes not only manufacturers, suppliers, retailers, but the events that go on, like the Ironman of Madison and all the bike touring and bike events that happen here in the state. And so we have a significant opportunity to expand our economic base here in Wisconsin with cycling, and we're very fortunate here today to take our first step in ensuring that we get the funding necessary to ensure that we get this done.
Almost 40% of car trips are 2 miles or less. In 1970, an amazing statistic is 50% of people either walked or they biked to school. Today that number is less than 5%. What we need to do is we need to create safe places where people can ride their bikes. We need to keep kids out of buses and provide a safe way for them to get to school. And we really need to create an infrastructure so that people can ride bikes, get out of cars, and the health benefits are really extraordinary. All that can happen. It's being done all over the world, and it can happen here in Wisconsin. We just got to make a commitment to make that happen. And with the leadership by Spencer Black and with people here, hundreds of people in Wisconsin here to lobby for cycling, we're going to take the first steps to making cycling in Wisconsin a very integral part of our society. Thank you.